Is this moment, or when you call this number and the period after that, would you call this the turning point of your life? Or was there any other major turning points in your life?
I think there was a really big, I think I've had a number of turning points.
Okay.
One of them, yes, in terms of my ability to heal myself as a human being, it was the turning point in my life. I would say that up to then, I was always becoming more damaged. And when that happened, I was able to reverse that kind of phenomena, that energy. But I had another one that when I made this film, Laughology, I think it was a similar thing. And when I made Laughology, people always ask me, like, where did you get this idea to make a film about laughter? Because laughter is something hiding in plain sight. It's something that we do all the time. It's very obvious. Nobody thinks, hey, that weird sound you made, I'm going to make a documentary about it. But what happened was interesting, is that I was working in television at the time, doing satirical type TV shows that were actually a little bit dangerous. So what we would do is we would take actors and we'd put them into real political situations, usually in Canada or the United States. So we'd have fake actors, and we'd often have actors impersonating the bodyguards of well-known politicians. But the problem was we were too good. And what would happen on one incident where the Prime Minister of Canada had to walk from one basically room outside to another room, and the real police misidentified our actors as if they were another group of policemen. And they ordered our actors to walk, because they wanted to show that they were the more important police. They ordered our fake police to escort the Prime Minister of Canada, through a hallway and out the building. So which means that the only people that were protecting the head of state of our country were these like buffoon actors that were like friends of mine. And so when the police realized what had happened, we were immediately detained and threatened. And, they threatened to confiscate our equipment, to put us in jail. We had endangered people. I mean, they knew that we were not malevolent people. We weren't trying to hurt anybody. We just wanted to tell funny jokes. And after that experience, I remember thinking that I was looking at my life thinking, what am I looking for? Why am I so desperate to get into these sort of dangerous situations, for humor? And I'll tell you the whole story because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
You may know of Tom Green, but Tom Green is he's a Canadian but now Hollywood actor, famous for sort of a shock kind of comedy. And I think what you saw with Tom Green is he always had to push the envelope. If he threw poop on people's faces, he had to go further the next time, And I was reading a magazine about Tom Green on a shoot, driving in a car, and they came across a dead moose on the road. And so Tom Green told his film crew to start filming. He ran out of the car and he stuck his head up the dead moose's ass. This is like a rotting corpse. And I remember thinking, is this where satire has to go? Is this where I have to go? And really in that moment, I had an epiphany because I asked myself, what am I really looking for? In my mind, I thought I was looking for the ultimate joke, right? But the epiphany I had was that the ultimate joke really is laughter. It's not the comedy. It's laughter itself, this common, universal, shared, wonderful behavior that begins in all humans at approximately 1 month, has virtually no exceptions. Humor varies from culture to culture, from person to person. We all laugh the same way. And when I had that epiphany, that was the second big, change in my life. That really changed me. And so I was luckily able to then convince I wasn't wrong in my theory that laughter was hiding in plain sight, because I did a bunch of research and I found out, whoa, no one's ever made a documentary that explores laughter. Tons on humor, none on laughter. And when I did, I realized laughter is like a truly amazing thing. You know, there's an exact mathematical code for how people laugh. You can't mess with the code. If you do, people don't understand you. That it's intensely contagious. Of course, it has health properties, strengthens your immune system. It's an antidepressant. It's free. So that blew the doors wide open for me.
Okay. Okay, sounds very interesting. So when did you do this documentary?
It was 2009, but it's often it's now free online. We made it free for a while. It played in theaters, and then it was like on some TV networks. But I deliberately wanted to make it. It's on YouTube. You can find it there, Laughology.
Okay, so it was also after your experience with the hypnotist when you went into
Kind of the same, yeah, around the same time. But later, I started to realize it's only later that I started to take hypnosis more seriously, and I would say it's a different, ball of wax than laughter. It's a whole other game. But yes, yeah. So those were two big paradigm shifts for me. It's not the humor, it's the laughter. That's a big paradigm.
Yeah,
for me.
it's also the first time that I hear it in this way, as you just said it.